it's super important, the self-talk, and a lot of times the negative self-talk we're not even aware that we're doing because we've been doing it our whole lives, and it's like subconscious, you know, from our parents or wherever. And so that's one of the good things about this is just reframing, retraining the mind to think, to create and think thoughts that are serving our well-being, you know. Hi, everybody. Jolene. What, Mind?
Oh, sleep hypnosis really helps too with the self-talk stuff. I've been doing a lot of sleep hypnosis video. Like when I'm sleeping, I just put in my earbuds and do like an 8-hour hypnosis. And just about positive self-talk, like I am beautiful, I am wonderful, you know, it helps just to like have the affirmations, because your subconscious is really where all that resides.
Yeah, and we might not even know what's in there until we start digging around and doing work like this, you know. All right, so today we're going to learn the second 4 breaths, and then after the 5th breath, we are going to do the spiritual healing breath meditation. So we'll just continue to sit in meditation after that. I'll let you know. And to get started, let's just sit in the silence for a moment. And I'll say a little prayer. I'm going to mute everybody just so it's quiet. Oh, thanks, Mindy. Okay. Just getting centered within your own being. Letting go of any cares about things that need to be getting done right now. Only thing that needs to happen right now is just you taking care of yourself in this way, breathing deeply, getting centered in the presence. Just even taking a few minutes out of your day each day before you begin to get still can give you much more time and energy throughout the day. It's incredible. I love when I make myself do it. Breathing in. And so we just give thanks for being able to be here together today in this way, honoring ourselves in the breath of life and the great creator that flows through us, that is expressing as us. We give thanks to the lineage of the science of mental physics, Edwin Dingle, Padmasambhava, everyone all the way back for thousands of years who have preserved these teachings for us to practice here today. And thank you to our ancestors, guardians and guides, for blessing us in our practice here today. Take a moment and set your intention for yourself today. And now we'll begin with the harmonic balancing breath that we learned yesterday, where we plug our right nostril and inhale for the count of 4 and hold for 16. Unplug and exhale for 8. Breathing in through the right for 4. Holding 16. Unplugging the left, exhaling for 8. Inhaling for the count of 4. Holding 16. Unplugging the right, exhaling for 8. And then the last cycle, inhale 4. Hold 16. Unplugging the left, exhaling for 8. And now again, just getting centered within your own being, giving thanks for our breath of life. And now we imagine a great wall of golden light about us. Nothing can penetrate or pierce this light as it holds us protectingly in its own essence. Above us, the higher ones in the great hierarchy of universal wisdom, holding over us a gossamer substance that forms a panoply under which we all rest together in this great peace. Within the circle, there is wisdom. Below the circle, there is love. God is love. Hi, Lori. Hi, Vienna. Welcome, ladies. All right, we're just getting into it. It feels strange to not go through all the beginning breaths, but we're going to learn 4 through 8 today. Sorry, 5 through 8. And after this first breath called the Vibromagnetic Breath, I'm going to do a meditation called the Healing Breath Meditation. So when we're sitting in the affirmation after this first one, just keep your eyes closed and I'll go into that. So just a quick recap. We have the secret switch, which is our tongue on the roof of our mouth, and the positioning, which is the tenseness in our body. Lock it up just means swallow after each breath. And let's see, what else am I forgetting? I guess we'll figure that out when we go along. Okay, so this is the 5th breath, the Vibromagnetic breath, and Ding Le Mei calls this the first of the electrical breaths. So again, feet, ankles are touching. Everything is tight. And this one is the same as all the positioning yesterday, where everything is very strong and straight. And while we're holding our breath, we're just going to do 3 swings around with our palms facing each other. So like as far around as you can stretch your shoulders. Nice and easy, not moving the body, just like with the other positions. Just trying to keep your arms moving and your body very lightning rod straight with all that tension. The Vibromagnetic breath. So first, the thought, I thank thee, Lord, for the breath of my life. And now all together we exhale. Now breathing all the way into the belly, all the way into the chest, big sniff. And we get ready. Swing number 1. Swing number 2. Swing number 3. Arms at the sides. We exhale. Keeping that tension. And then a little breath, relaxing right down. If you want to sit down for this affirmation and then the following meditation, that's probably a good idea. And so relaxing the whole body, coming right down. That liquid feeling in the body, as if innumerable streams of living light are coursing downward in the body. I prepare myself to think of the loveliest thing I have ever known. I'm thinking of the loveliest thing I have ever known. There it comes before my mind, perfectly, clearly delineated, that beautiful picture, perhaps from the long ago, perhaps from the far away. But there it stands, clearly in my mind, as if it happened but a moment ago. I thank thee, Lord. I thank thee, law, for my memory. I thank thee that I am able to bring back from the vault of the past anything that is in my memory. No idea of negation of whatsoever kind. No idea of doubt, disappointment, old age, failure, death. Nothing shall enter my memory but that which is in unison with all good and my own very highest conception of truth. And now I will that that picture shall be lost again in the absorption of my being. I see the whole conduct of man. I see my whole conduct. And so I will that that loveliest thing I have ever known shall be lost in the absorption of my being. And so feeling happy upward, giving thanks outward, imagining that golden shower of light going out in all directions. The secret of the golden flower. I take a little breath and a long, deep, sweeping sigh. I swallow and I lock it up. And I take another little breath and a quick sigh. And now in the healing breath meditation, just simply follow my voice and attempting to feel into the words. Forget any personal problems you might have right now. You're feeling after it, relaxing completely and being silent within your own self while the wisdom makes itself known to you. And now I'm thinking out through the right side of my head. I am feeling out through the right side of my head. There it comes, that beautiful sensation seeming to carry me away to the right, to the right, to the right. It seems as if I'm on a cloud going out endlessly through space, to the right. It seems as if I am on the bosom of a great billow going out over a far outstretching sea, to the right, to the right, to the right. I am developing prana in the positive center of my willpower. I am developing the life current within me in the positive center of my willpower. I am developing the current of life within me. I am developing the spirit of the current of life within me in the positive center of my willpower. And I feel a pushing sensation out through the right side of my head. And it grows a little faster, a little smoother, a little deeper, taking me away to the right. I am developing prana in the positive center of my willpower. And now I reverse the current and I am feeling away to the left, to the left, to the left. There it comes, that beautiful vibration taking me away to the left, to the left, to the left. It seems to grow a little faster, a little smoother, a little deeper. I am developing prana in the negative center of my willpower. I am developing the life current within me in the negative center of my willpower. I am developing the current of life within me, the spirit of the current of life within me, the current of the universe within me, in the negative center of my willpower. I am charging up my body like a battery. And now I stop the current and I am feeling downward, downward. And I imagine that great light at the top of my head and it's coming down, down, down to the tips of my toes. And now up around again like a great wheel. And I bring that light down, 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 and up around again. The Creator is within me, looking out into the universe through my eyes, listening to the sounds of the universe through my ears, thinking the thought of the universe through my mind, issuing the sounds of the universe through my throat. Purify thou my throat. Doing the work of the universe through my hands. Whatever the Creator is, I am. I am perfect as He, as it. That which I feel within me is perfect. I am perfect mind in a perfect body. I am that I am. And now the body is in a liquid state, wheels within wheels, seeming to be going in all directions. But you, seated triumphantly within the center of your own spirit, your mind is crystal clear. And I bring that light again to the top of my head, And with the power of my imagination, I spread it out as far as I can spread it. And then I bring it down with a slightly pressing sensation downward, to be met with a slightly resisting sensation upwards. And I bring that light down, down, not missing one cell in the body. Cleansing, cleansing, cleansing. And now I see my whole body full of light. And now I will fan that living flame that brings the light, as feeling upward to the top of my head, feeling happy, that golden light going out in all directions from the top of my head, giving thanks, feeling thankful. I take a little breath and a long, deep, sweeping, sweeping sigh. I take another little breath and a quick sigh, and I wake up slowly. Wonderful. And now we're going to go right into the sixth breath. I hope I'm not moving too fast after that meditation. We're going to move into the cleansing breath. The sixth breath, this one is very similar to the last, except for two different things. One is the beginning point for this breath is with your arms behind your back. So your right hand is on the bottom holding your left, just like this. And when you pull your elbows straight, your spine straightens up. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get a full breath in. You have to work a little harder to get it all the way in. And then what happens when I say get ready, we unlock. And then we do 3 swings around with our hands facing downward, our palms downward. When we get behind our back, we touch our thumbs to discharge the energy. It kind of makes a little triangle like that. So we position like this, we unlock, swing number 1 like that, touch, swing number 2, touch 3 times. And again, you want to stretch all the way out as far as you can go. Just really stretch your shoulders out. Try to keep your body as straight as possible. And then touch behind you. And then you can stay standing or seated for the affirmation after. Okay, so here we go. Shoulders back and down. Head and neck is always loose. Everything is tight in the body. Pulling downward on your fingertips. First, the thought. I thank thee, Lord, for the breath of my life. And now position, right hand under the left, holding the left, pulling your spine straight, pulling that secret switch, keeping that tension. All together, we exhale. Now breathing in all the way deep down into the belly. Middle chest, upper chest, throat, big sniff. We get ready, we unlock. Swing number 1, palms facing down, touching behind us. Swing number 2, keeping that tension, touch. Swing number 3, touch. Arms at the sides. We exhale firmly. Squeezing all that old air out from the belly, and then relaxing completely. Shake your body if you have to let that energy move and relax all your muscles, relaxing right down, feeling ourselves together in the spirit of peace, peace, peace. The success of this breath and all the breaths really depend upon your ability to relax. So we're relaxing completely, coming right down, relaxing all the way down to the soles of our feet. And now I imagine a great heat at the base of my spine. A great heat. It's coming up and out, up and out. And now I imagine a great light that comes from the flame, that comes from the fire that gives the heat. And I see this light rising up, up. I imagine a peacock feather of gold in my spine. As I see the light coming up and out, up and out, it seems to go beyond my body, up and out. And now I think of the top of my head and I see my whole body full of light. The light of the divine wisdom that is in every living thing. And so seeing my whole body full of light, this light of the divine wisdom that is in every living thing, slowly feeling happy, imagining that I'm looking upward to the top of my head, giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks, imagining that golden shower of light going out in all directions. Slowly, tenderly, I take a little breath and a long, deep, sweeping sigh. And now gratefully, reverently, I take another little breath and a quick sigh. And of course, if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and unmute or need any clarity on anything, just let me know. See. Okay. All right, we'll move on. This seventh breath is called the Grand Rejuvenation breath. This one's a two-part kind of deal. And this breath and the eighth breath have this positioning. So you want to rest your hands on your hip bones. So just kind of between your ribs and your hip bones, just let them rest there. And then pull your elbows all the way forward. It's slightly awkward, but do your very best. And then the breath itself, so it has the same tight position. When we inhale all our air, we're holding it full of air. Our head comes down and back, down and back. Now again, try to keep your body as still as you can and just move the neck down and back. So we do that 3 times and then we stand upright. We exhale forcefully, squeezing it all out. And then with no air in the body, we're going to bring our body forward and back. I'll try to go a little faster because this is tricky. Forward and back. We do this 3 times. Usually by this point, you're ready to take a big deep breath in and then relaxing entirely. So monitor yourself. This one after 13 years still gets me sometimes. I feel like I could pass out. So open your eyes or just, monitor, sit down, whatever you need to do if you get lightheaded. Any questions on this one so far before we practice? Okay. So here we go. position, elbows pulling forward, tightening everything in the body. First, the thought. I thank thee, Lord, for the breath of my life. And now all together we exhale. Breathing air all the way down into the belly, middle chest, upper chest, throat, big sniff. And we drop the head forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, nice and gentle. We stand upright, we exhale, squeezing it all out. We bring our body forward, pulling down on the head, back, pulling down on the head, back. And the third time, we stand upright, we inhale. We slowly drop the hands, relaxing right down, relaxing completely. And now my body is heavy, feeling so heavy, and I am happy. I feel heavy all over. I am ready. I am youth. Youth. I see before my eyes that picture of my idealized self. I see my luxuriant hair and my sparkling eyes, my strong arms and hands, my beautiful face, unlined and happy. And now I come down over that beautiful being. Thank you, God. I thank you for the truth of my being. I am youth, glorious, radiant, adventurous, wondrous youth, vivacious youth, vibrant youth, fearless youth, full of courage, strength, power. I am youth. I thought my body wore out and grew old like an old pair of shoes, but now I know. As I stand gratefully in the presence that I am being renewed. New cells are being made for me. I'm being renewed. I sing and I shout. I sing the song of conquest. There is no age for me. No decay, no disease, no senility, no death. I am free, free, free from the ravages of time and free from all negation of my own mind. I am youth, youth forevermore. And so I will to know the truth of my own being. I am youth. Peace, peace, peace. And so feeling happy, imagining that I'm looking upward to the top of my head, giving thanks, giving thanks. Slowly, I take a little breath and a long, deep, sweeping, sweeping sigh. Now I take another little breath and a quick sigh, and I wake up younger. Wonderful. Okay, if there's no questions, we'll move into the 8th breath. You guys are doing awesome. The 8th breath is the only breath in which the feet are apart, hip width apart. It's that same position as the last breath, pulling forward on the elbows, keeping that tension, head and neck is loose. And so when we breathe in and big sniff, we're holding our breath. We're going to go to the right, and then we lift up our left heel off the ground. So we kind of pull our head over to the right, to the left, to the right, left. We go 3 times on each side. To the right, to the left. Stand center and exhale. Okay. So here we go. Position, pulling forward on the elbows, keeping your head and neck loose. First, the thought. I thank thee, Lord, for the breath of my life. And now pulling that secret switch. Together we exhale. Breathing all the way in with your tongue on the roof of your mouth, all the way in, all the way up, big sniff. We get ready. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. We stand center. We exhale. And we slowly drop the hands, imagining ourselves together in the spirit, thinking upward. And now we're thinking upward to the top of our head, and we're thinking joy, joy, joy. And now together, we send it out. We send it out. We embrace this class. We embrace all in mental physics, wherever they may be. We embrace all classes. We embrace our city. We embrace our state. And now I watch as I see those waves of light going out, rolling out of their own nature. I embrace the country. I embrace the whole world. I embrace the whole human race. And now, with the light of the divine wisdom within me, with my love, with my joy, with my life, I embrace every living thing. And now, I stand fast, lest the light be too great for me as it returns to me by that mystic fourfold law, not from the one point from which I sent it, but from all the points. It's coming back, back, nearer, nearer. And now it embraces me. It embosoms me. It overwhelms me. That light of the divine wisdom, that love, that joy, that life that comes to me from every living thing, so that I know my whole body, this wide universe, to be full of light. Light, light. And now I charge every cell of my physical body with that light of the divine wisdom, that love, that joy, that life that comes to me from every living thing. And so feeling happy upward, giving thanks outward. Slowly, I take a little breath and a long, deep, sweeping, sweeping sigh. I lock it up. I swallow as I take another little breath and a quick sigh. And I wake up peacefully. All right. Well, there's a little more sitting meditation than we usually do today, but I have optional homework. Optional, yeah, I guess homework to do in the morning if you want. I'm going to send it out. I don't know if you guys got the Eventbrite email that I sent with the replay and everything. Okay, good. Let's make sure that's all working. So I'm going to send this out today along with the video again. And the homework is to look in the mirror in the morning and stand and looking at yourself, smiling at yourself in the mirror, and have a conversation with yourself like, Jody, I'm deeply grateful to you for I've learned that you are able to do whatever I wish to do. I've learned to place absolute trust in you. And he says, be dramatic and arouse your emotions. Smile with great pleasure at yourself and feel very happy. So it's a little script. So it says, my faith in you, and you say your own name, is unbounded, for all things are possible to you. I've learned that you are what the creator is, and I have discovered the creative energy in you can do and is wanting to do whatever I direct it to do. So you're supposed to look deep into your eyes and believe that what you're saying is true. Act as if you're on the evening of some great realization of joy or success or whatever you have in mind for yourself. Then you say your name. You are success. You will achieve today whatever you start to achieve, for you've discovered this new power for which there is nothing that is impossible. And then he says, rouse yourself to a high state of joyous emotion and let your eyes shine. Look with earnest concentration into your own eyes. Feel a warmth of love toward yourself and everybody, declaring that as you will expect, demand, and receive help from others, so are you prepared to help and serve all people. Start out with this intention, be kind, smile at people, and then watch, and you'll be surprised at the response in others will be precisely in correspondence with your own attitude. You will be a broadcaster and radiator of joy. That's also a really good affirmation. Sometimes I'll say that I radiate joy, or I radiate love. And then it really is amazing, since there's only one energy and we're all in it, swimming in it. It's kind of like, I look at it like the ocean, where there's only one ocean, but we're all individual and unique drops, yet still a part of the whole. Or like a diamond that has multiple facets. There's the one diamond. There are multiple different facets that make up the whole. None are right or wrong. It's just a part of the whole. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced, like if you're in a bad mood, or you're like, oh gosh, when it rains, it pours, and you're just one thing after the other, and you go out and you're like, I don't know why, but everybody's crabby today. Well, usually the world is mirroring back our own state of being. So that's why it's really important to get your state of being, up leveled as much as possible. And I know it's challenging. I've had a really challenging month of trying to stay high vibe. And sometimes it just seems impossible, but there are so many tools that we can use to up level our energy. And then you'll find when you take the time and have a practice of doing that, then all the energy that's coming back at you is wonderful. Like if you're out there smiling at people, they're going to be smiling back at you. If you're out there all curmudgeon-y, you're going to experience the same thing from other people, because we're the creator and we're connected. So once you start experimenting around, and that's what I love about mental physics, and maybe in the next 7 days I'll get more into about it, but we do experiments, just like spiritual experiments, where you could pick somebody in your mind that's having a hard time and just sit in for 3 minutes and send them love and light through the ethers, and then just see what happens. It's so amazing. I've done a lot of experiments and had a lot of realizations about how we think, what we speak, how we be, is what we'll experience coming back at us in so many ways. So I'll send this out to you guys. He says, carry out the conversation in front of the mirror to suit your own ambitions. So you can write down what you'll say. Use the very finest, most attractive words that you can. Be decisive and make the conversation very positive so that when you start out afterward, you will feel that you've had a very pleasant visit from someone and that you are very happy as a result. So I'll just send that out to you. And if you decide you want to give it a try, you can try it in the morning or whenever you feel like doing it, and then see what happens. Does anybody have any comments or concerns or feedback or questions, anything? Hang on, okay.
I have a question. Yesterday we didn't do all the meditation affirmations. Is that we only do them on the 4 through 8, or yesterday we just didn't do those?
No, we did do them.
Yeah, they weren't that as long, were they? Or maybe I wasn't as present. I don't
No,
know.
they weren't as long. The difference today is that I did a very long meditation that we don't always do in between the 5th and the 6th breath. That spiritual healing meditation where you are thinking out through the left side of your head to the left. That's something that we sometimes do that occurs between the 5th and the 6th breath. So for the rest of the week, we probably won't. We're just going to go right through the breath work.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, that was
Did. Oh, good. Okay, cool. And what was I going to tell you? Yeah, what kept coming to mind that I did not talk to you about yesterday is when he refers to the positive and negative. That is not good or bad or right or wrong. In the universe, we live in a dualistic universe where it takes everything to complete the whole. So that means like a poles of a battery. We're charging up our battery in the left and the right side of our body, which, as we talked about with the harmonic breath, the left side is the lunar cooling energy, the circulatory system. When you're doing this one, and I would say as often as you can, practice that one, the alternate nostril breathing that balances the hemispheres of your brain. It'll help you feel so peaceful. And when you're doing it, when you're breathing in through the left nostril, you want to imagine light coming in and going down the left side of your body. And alternately, when you're breathing in through your right, which is the nervous system, you want to imagine that light going up and down the right side of your spine. So that'd be a good one to just practice regularly if you can. And then it's going to feel good to do 7 days in a row of all 8 key breaths right through. And yeah, Jolene, do you have a question?
No, I wanted to comment that
Sure.
Left and right, or right and left, it was interesting because the colors changed. It was purple on the right side and it was blue on the left. And then when you brought us together, it was this very indigo-y, bluey, purpley color. It was,
Oh, I like that.
I wasn't quite sure where to go with the negative. So it kind of brought me to the center, but it was very vivid, very, very purple and very blue. It was really interesting. I like that.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, everybody is going to have different experiences. So just remember, it's a science of feeling and observing your own self and also the creator within you. How does that express in all the varying ways that it can express itself? Let me see if there's anything else before we go. One more thing, we do it in the one of the early breaths, but the 9 positives of the science of mental physics are these words that we declare. And one thing you can do is for each of the words that I'll speak, you can work on seeing what vision comes for you, so that when you see that vision, you get a feeling. Eventually you'll get a feeling of the word itself. So the 9 positives are: I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, I am loving, I am harmonious, I am rich, I am young, and I am happy. Now, he does say in all of these affirmations to change them, if you need to change them to suit you. But with those 9 positives that he says, like, I am whole, I am perfect, you just try to get a vision in your mind that you connect with that word. And if you remember in the in the early breath, he says, like, I am whole, nothing is lacking, nothing can be added. I am perfect as the Father in heaven within me is perfect, like that kind of thing. So can make it work for you with all the teachings. It's experimental. That's what I love about it. And we are our own best teacher. All of the secrets of the universe reside within each one of us, and we have access to it. So these practices help us access. I call it the universal stream of intelligence, where everything exists. And if you, as you go along, it becomes easier and easier to access that place where the answers reside. I don't know how to explain it any better, but I think it's probably just different for each person, how you get there.
Will you redo the 9 again?
Sure. And I'll send him the email too. I am whole. I am perfect. I am strong. I am powerful, full of power. That's so I always add that every cell of my being is a power plant working for me. Powerful. I am loving. I am love moving. I am harmonious. I am rich. I am young. And I am happy. Hopefully I didn't go too fast there.
And then one more question.
Sure.
Because you didn't confirm, but I did it anyway. But 5 through 7, we still keep our heels together with it in that sense. So all of them, when we stand with our heels, other than the 8th one, we stand with the heels together.
Exactly. And what that does is that is basically doing the sevenfold, like you would sit in meditation with in Indian style, your legs crossed kind of thing. That touching your heels activates that electrical connection, the sevenfold electrical connection in the body. So.
I had a question.
Sure.
When you say relax, and yet we're supposed to keep our spine erect, I don't find sitting with my spine erect relaxing. But do I sit with my spine and then erect and then relax as much as I can in that erect position? Or do I allow myself to completely relax even though there's a curve in the back?
Let me think about that. I would say, well, in meditation, it is best to always keep your spine straight, but you don't want to do it so that there's pressure. So I would say sit more and concentrate more on relaxing, but just sit upright. You don't want to be like hunched over. So if you know what I'm saying, you don't want to relax so much at your bodies that your spine is curved or anything. So just like keep your spine straight, but no tension.
I get the part that changes really is the hip. If my hip, then I'm erect with my spine, but then I'm not feeling totally relaxed. If I relax my hip, I'm still erect with my spine, but I'm relaxed, but my hip is in a different position. I don't know if any of that matters, but I just feel like I have to work harder to sit erect and I'm not as relaxed versus when I'm relaxed. Anyway.
Well, no, it's all very good points. And what Ding Le Mei always says in answer to questions like that is go and find out. So try it different ways. Try it standing. Try the meditation standing. Many of them, like after the second or the first, the second breath, the standing breath, and then the one where we do 4 parts, he says stay standing for those 2 a lot of the time. So it just depends. I mean, I would just experiment. Each time we do this, each time you get on and we practice these straight through, just see what happens. Like, see if you get a more effective meditation if you let your hips relax and your spine relax a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just kind of, just like any teaching, it gets a little deeper each time you practice, but that's a good point. I never really thought about that. I guess I've been doing it so long that my body kind of naturally goes into that straight position,
Well, if I sat, if I leaned back all the way in my chair, then it was easier to relax fully and still be erect. So that helped. But anyway, I was just curious.
Well, you just brought up a very good point that I forgot to mention. If you are meditating and you are sitting in a chair with metal, you definitely don't want to be touching the metal. You want to pull your body all the way to the edge of the chair. So like, I just use my little stool, but you just come all the way to the edge so your heels can be touching. I see what you're saying about your hips. I'm trying it myself now. It's a subtle difference, but it definitely is different.
Yeah, it's just one requires more thinking.
Yeah.
When you say relax, then I'm like, oh, I relax. And then I'm like, oh, I need.
Okay. So I would say relaxing after would be more important because you're keeping that strong position during the breath. So when you're done with that and we're in the affirmation, you really do want to be relaxed.
Okay.
So, just not hunched.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just I'll just focus on just the hip relaxing and then leaving my spine. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing up those things. There's a little tweaks that I forgot, like that pulling away from the back of the chair, which is important. All right. Well, I'm so happy you guys all showed up today. It's super fun to see your faces in the morning, and I'm going to be doing soul activation tomorrow. So I was thinking I might do like maybe the memory developing breath or something. I haven't thought it through yet, but are you going to be on there, Lori?
Always.
Be my backup tomorrow.
I will, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And if anybody on the call, most of us have attended, but there are a couple of you that haven't. There is a group that we participate with called the Legendary Tribe, and they do every single morning at 7:40 a.m. Pacific time. They do soul activation, and it is just an extraordinary group of people that really changed my life through the pandemic and helped me come out of my shell to be able to do this stuff online. And so it's legendaryzoom.com at 7:40 in the morning Pacific if you want to get on it. It's 20 minutes of sharing gratitude if you feel like it, and then some type of breath work, and then we get off and we go about our day in 20 minutes feeling much more high vibe. So keep an eye out for the email today. I'm going to send that bonus assignment. And if there's anything else you guys need or want, of course, contact me and I'll get it to you.
Hey, Jody, can we do the peace chant before we close out?
Sure.
Can we do the what?
The peace chant.
Oh, yeah.
The sevenfold peace chant. Okay, we'll end like that. So if you want to look this up, and actually I might have some information about this too. This is called the Sevenfold Peace Chant of the Essenes. And I don't really know that much about it, except that I've been doing it for 13 years. So it starts out with like a triangle right here. And basically with your left hand, you're holding down negative energy. You're creating positive energy. It's a healing peace meditation. Peace. Peace.
Beautiful.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.
You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.